Namaste and hello. Welcome. I welcome you with my heart. Namaste. Nice little definition, but it's more than a definition for me. I do welcome you with my heart. Today we're going to do a very strong series of exercises called the warrior poses or the warrior series. Just saying the word warrior, I always feel a bit of a shiver go up my spine because I think it sounds very aggressive. But actually, the word warrior is taken from the Tibetan word of pawo, and I hope I'm saying it correctly or pronouncing it correctly. Pawo, which means one who is brave. So when we talk about warriorship, this does not mean making war on one another. Aggression is the source of problems and not the solution. You and I know that. But the key to warriorship is not to be afraid of who you are. Ultimately, this is the definition of bravery. Be who you are. You are the warrior, heroic and kind at the same time. And I hope that as we do the warrior poses that you will take those two qualities and think about them, not only as you do the postures, but also as we proceed into our life of being heroic, being kind, and being steady, grounded. Good. All right, let's start on the back. And if you will, we're going to start by some strengthening exercises, and we're going to start with our sit-up of the 90s. The sit-up of the 90s, probably the 90s, because I feel there's more of an in-depth understanding about how the sit-ups work. And yes, there are a few directions, but once you get them, you will be able to do 10 and rest, and 10 and rest, and 10 more, working up to 50. So let's start in a seated position with your knees bent and your feet to the floor, rounding the back slowly. And as you come down slowly, let the muscles of the upper back open and round. This is what I call a soft C. It stretches the back muscles, it relaxes them. Let's come up again, breathing in and grow, long spine. Exhaling, tuck the pelvis under. Pelvic bowl goes towards the chin. And slowly come down, breathing, not holding the breath. Now, for the sit-up of the 90s, let's just keep the knees bent and the feet about hip-width apart. Remembering that we're working at strengthening this abdominal muscle. It's not just one muscle either. It is many different muscles. They are attached to the breastbone and the pubic bone, and they also support your spine. So, start with the feet hip-width apart. Toes are turned in slightly, heels turned out. And press the knees together, because the groin muscles, these are the muscles that are in the inner thighs, connecting in the hip area. These are muscles that help us to stand tall and straight. We also need them to be strong. So press the inner knees together as I'm talking. Roll the pelvic bowl. Here we are, the pelvic bowl. Roll it towards the chin and pull the abdominals up towards the breastbone. All right, place the hands behind the back of your head, and now just relax for a second. Now we're really all set up to do the sit-up of the 90s. Start by pressing the knees together, and this helps you to roll the pelvic bowl. Muscles are pulled up towards your chin. All right, now don't use the buttock muscle. Try to isolate the buttock muscle. Yes, I know there are lots of directions, but just follow along. And raise the shoulders up, keeping the elbows wide, and lift the shoulders as high as you can without causing strain in the neck, and lifting with the chin. The chin, neck area really quite relaxed and soft. And now back to your mat, elbows wide. And let's try 10 of them. I know it's very simple if you've done them before. Again, practice them on your own. Press the knees together, roll. All right, take a breath in, exhale, lift. And hold elbows wide, check your neck, soft muscles, and then down. Exhaling, lift, and down. And as you lift, press the knees together and down. Think of not the muscle doming, but stretching or pulling up, and almost like it's concaving. And again, press, and lift, and press, and lift. A lot is going on. As I lift, I hold, and down. Let's do 2 more. Press, knees, lift, and down. And one more time, pressing the knees, no buttock area. Lift the shoulders, elbows wide. Now drop the head into the hands, and we'll hold for the count of 10. 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep the muscles pulling up, pressing with the knees. 8, 9, and 10. And relax for a moment. Draw the knees into the chest, and squeeze, hold, and release. And squeeze, hold, and release. The sit-up of the 90s is something I think they must go from side to side that should be in everyone's repertoire as a yoga student. Because we're not talking only about stress, not stress, yes, but stretch. But we're also talking about flexibility and strength, a good balance of the two. Just massaging the back. Go from elbow to elbow now. Widen it a bit. Widen it. All right. Cross your ankles. Reach around your knees. Hold on to your toes. And you're going to come up to a sitting position now. So hold on firmly to the toes. And roll up. Let's try that again. Did you get all the way up? Let's try it one more time. Hold on to your toes. Notice I sort of give myself a little help with a little snap to my knees. So come, up you go. Good. All right, the groin stretch. Place the soles of your feet together and stretching these muscles because we're going to be doing more standing today. So I want to stretch the inner muscles and all these muscles that are connected into this hip hinge. To stretch the groins, we're not going to stress the knees. And one way of doing this, and I know if some of you are stiff, what I see a lot of times is a very rounded back. Try not to round the back, but hold on to your ankles and stretch forward. Just bringing the spine forward, pressing the spine forward, relaxing the neck, and then push your elbows into the thighs. Pushing the elbows into the thighs. This does not stress the knees. How we used to do this perhaps years ago was a little bit more of the butterfly up and down movement. But I'd rather you didn't do that today. Just press the elbows into the thighs. Now you can press one in at a time, and then both. Bending forward, stretching forward, and just hold, pull back like a wave, breath in, and try it one more time. Exhaling, pressing forward, and it should feel very nice, very good in the whole hip area, and then pull back. Now, Dancer's V is a lot of fun. Would you sit with me crossed ankled? And we're going to artfully and gracefully, both legs apart in a V. Let's try that again. Drawing the ankles together. Try not to use your hands. I use my hands for talking, I realize that. But just not using your hands to support yourself. You lean back slightly, you use these muscles and legs apart in a V. Now here again, I know it's hard if you're tight in the hip area. Put the hands behind you, lift up, and try to bring the crotch or the perineum to the floor. Lift up and place the sit bones, the perineum to the floor. All right, sitting tall, put the hands on the inside of the knees. And we're going to bend both knees and reach with your feet. And bend the knees and reach. As I am doing this, you can see that my heels do not travel. Try to bend and reach. And bend and reach. Keep going. Bend and stretch. The muscles will begin to warm up slowly. Now, this is my right leg. I'm going to bend the right knee and flex the right foot. Try to bring the toe to the knee. Yes, I know you can't do it, but just try. All right, and then stretch the opposite leg out. Reach and just shoot energy out the toes. And then change the legs and shoot out energy out the other toe. And then change legs, change legs, change. Good, good. Just continue breathing, working with your own stretch this day as you are reaching and getting the feet moving and the toes moving. All right, now just cross the ankles for a moment. Hold on to your feet. You're going to breathe in and exhaling out. Out. And then sitting up, just on the in-breath, sitting up. Let's just stretch the right leg out. A very simple forward stretch. Raise both arms above your head. You're going to breathe in and exhale. Stretch forward. Ease the knee. Do ease the knee. That helps the hips to rotate. You're stretching the back muscles. And not holding for too long, reach the arms way beyond the feet, the foot, and reach the arms up, stretch up, and exhaling down. And let's just change the legs. Moving slowly, breathing again, raise the arms above the head, pull the ribs out of the waist, breath, exhaling, all the way out. Now, let's just try something. Pretend that these are birthday candle toes here. You're going to breathe in, and let's blow the birthday candle toes out with the mouth open and rounded. And again, breath in, and good. Let it come from deep down the belly area. Breath in, and then sit up. Now we're going to stand and just come onto the knees and open your feet a good 4 feet apart. Good 4 feet apart. And just place the hands in front of you and undulate the hip area. By that I mean I'm just moving side to side in small motion. It's just something that you're really listening to your body. It's like making circles in the hip socket. You're trying to get as much range of motion. You are exploring the space inside of the hip area. It's just like being an architect and exploring a brand new room of your house. Now bring the toes together, heels, toes, heels together, bend the knees, let your head hang for a moment, stretching the back of the legs out, straightening one leg and keeping the other one bent. Bend both and straighten the opposite leg and keep the other one bent. And bend both one more time, straighten and just hold, pause for a moment, and then bend both in the last leg. Last leg of the journey as we come up and come up. Now there's a place for yoga, a rounded back in yoga, just coming up into a standing position. Good. Now the warrior series, Virabhadrasana series. Open your feet 4 feet, approximately 4 feet apart. Come up just a little bit here. All right, we're going to go to the right. You look down to see if your feet are 4 feet apart. It's tempting to want to be 3.5 feet. Turn your left foot in slightly towards the center of your body, and the right foot, look how I lifted it up and I pointed it to the wall, presumably. It's 90-degree angle. All right, now turn the whole body so it is over your navel, your navel is over your knee. And bend the knee so the knee is over your ankle. And please, don't look at your screen. Do feel, sense, look at your own body. And now raise both arms above your head. In the warrior pose number 1, the arms are over the head. The palms are slightly pulled back at the ears. And really root the back foot. Rooting the back foot. You're breathing comfortably. And then turn so that your chest and navel are towards me. And stretch the arms out to your side in a T position. Root the back foot and do look to see that that knee hasn't wandered. It's right over your ankle. And you're stretching the whole inner thigh and then stretch the arms out to your side, out in that T position as you're holding. Turn once again so that you are over your knee. The navel is over your knee. And root the back heel so it's good and strong. The back leg is strong and stretched. Raise both arms above your head, breathing in and pull the ribs up. Exhaling and press your ribs right, that's my right rib cage, against the right thigh. And I'm going to hold there for a moment and keep your shoulders parallel as you just inch the back foot up, inch it up, inching up. The front leg is straightening. And then back to the ribs to the thigh. And then come up, stretch up to the ceiling, and then back to facing me. Shoulders down from your ears, and then lowering the arms down. Turning now your right foot in slightly, and then turning your left foot 90 degrees. Turn the navel then over the knee. Bend your left knee. Go at it slowly. And remember to root the back leg. So there's a wonderful stretch in the back leg. Both legs are very alive. Both arms now above your head. Pull the ribs out of the shoulders pull the ribs out of the waist and the shoulders out of the ears. Good. And do look down at that knee. Is it over your ankle? Now, shoulders, navel towards me. Arms out to the side. T position. You're breathing comfortably. Remember that rooting of that back heel. Stretch with the arm. Nobody's holding the breath. And then back to over the navel. Palms of the hands together above your head and stretch forward. Reaching the ribs. The left ribs are right to the left thigh. You can have your hands apart or palms together. You're breathing and then straightening the leg. Turn the toes towards me and then lowering the arms down and down and down. Now bring the toes together, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, and come to about the feet are about hip width apart. Bend the knees and let's just come forward. We're going to come forward and just squat. Only if the knees feel good. If this feels good on the knees, do it. Otherwise, if you have a knee injury, don't. Sit down and just wait for a second. And let's balance for a moment. Palms of the hands together. A little wobbling is just fine. Makes those little muscles work. And raise the palms above your head. The gaze is forward, elbows back. Don't look at me. Look at something very, very stable, quiet. And yes, there'll be a little movement in the body. That's just fine. And then lowering the arms down. Good. Sitting down, sitting comfortably wherever you are, and just pause to close your eyes and just let your hands be on your knees. I like to think when the hands are on the knees and the palms are down, that you drain stresses and strains out of the shoulders and out of the neck area. Take a nice breath in. And a good sigh out. And mentally you can feel like a great river flowing down the arms and out the tributaries of your fingers and then out into that great ocean that surrounds us. Now let us just continue with our understanding and our awareness of breath and breathing. Place one hand on the belly area and the other hand this time on the ribs. And exhaling out, this is the reason why I have your hands this way, is just so that you can isolate lower abdomen from the mid-ribs. Because today I want you to use the mid-ribs. And I also use this other hand to talk with. So exhale out through the nose. Go to the basement of your breath. And now inhaling very comfortably, let this area of the belly where my hand is right over the navel become very soft. Good. Now, mid-ribs here expand. Mid-ribs, all this area through the midsection stretches and opens. And then you bring the area of the air up under the rib cage. And then exhale slowly and smoothly out and out and out. Now, you do this at your own rhythm. Inhaling slowly. Belly soften, mid-ribs expand, filling the upper chest as a pause. And then a slow, smooth exhalation out and out and out. And again, let the abdomen soften, mid-ribs expand, and filling the upper chest, pause. Now make the exhalation through the nose just a little bit longer. And that is very soothing to the nervous system. Fine. Now that we've taken a little bit of a vacation, let's do another groin stretch. And just turning one leg under. Now, this is my left leg. I just turn the leg under, and what I don't want you to see is this. I don't want you to turn your foot outwards. This is a runner's stretch that, when done incorrectly, is not happy knees. Makes for happy knees when you put your toe out like this. No, you want to have it tucked under, and then just watch here. I lean over, I put my hand right into my calf, and I pull the calf out, creating space in the knee. My knees are parallel, or you can have them out slightly and then come back onto your elbows. Just come back onto the elbows. If your knee is up high, if there's pain in the knee, immediately stop. But just let this whole area stretch out, counting about 3, 4, and 5, and come up. And then we'll change the legs. Remember to turn the toes so it's really parallel. Get some space in the calf muscle and come down on the elbows, down on the elbows, come down slowly. And remember, if there's any pain in the knee, please stop. Pausing, you're stretching these hinges out of the hips and also the muscles in the front of the thighs. Then walk yourself up without twisting and lie on your abdomen. Just lie on the abdomen for a moment. And we're going to work up to a bow pose, which is a little bit more intermediate. And let's just keeping the flexibility of the body. Put your hands beneath your shoulders. Stretch the legs back. And tip the pelvis slightly and inhale. Lift the chest. Comfortably high, a comfortable cobra. And then down. Reach back and clasp a hold of your hand to the ankle. And this is the bow part, the Dhanurasana. It is called, the arm becomes like the sinew of the bow. And just put one hand in front of you and just lift the chest up and back down. Now this little hinge here of the hip, this is the part that we need to stretch out. That's what we did with the groin stretch. But this also will help to stretch it out. It shouldn't be a tunnel. It should be really flat. Let's try it again. Pressing down with the hand, lifting the chest, and the arm pulls us back. And then let's do the other side now. The other hand, right hand in front of you, and holding on to your other ankle. And let that left arm be the sinew of the bow as you lift up. And down. Now you can exhale and lift up, push against the hand, let the arm, the shoulder goes back, and then goes down. Let's clasp the hold of both hands to the elbows. And here is where the test is. Here's where you might feel or see in your own body that there is a little stiffness right here. Just practice going just this far. If everything feels good to you, you certainly can open the knees, but not more than hip width apart. Increase the blade squeeze. All right, now inhale. Exhaling, both thighs stay to the floor as you lift the chest this first time. And then down now. Let's lift the knees, lift the chest, and let the arms pull the sinew, or the ankles pull the sinew of the arms. And your gaze is forward in your bow pose. You're breathing, and then you release. Put the hands on your mat, and just come up for a moment. And in a counter pose of mecha pose, stretch one side and stretch the other. Stretching one side and the other. And then sit up. All right, let's lie down. Turn on your back. We're going to lie down and rest the back with knees to chest. Drawing the knees into the chest and just rocking side to side. Let's bring both knees down to the right. Stretch the arms in that T position. Breathe in, the arms grow. Exhaling, both knees to chest, both knees to the opposite side. And now turn your head and look over the other arm. Breath in. Exhaling, both knees to the chest. Fine. Place your feet on the floor. Bring the hands behind your head just for a moment. Lift your elbows up and just stretch the back of the neck gently. Chin is lightly to the throat. And then place your head on your mat so the nose, chin, and breastbone form a straight line in this space between chin and throat. Arms alongside of your body, feet well apart, and go right into our relaxation. Listen to the sounds of relaxation music. Let the sounds collect around your ears. And now imagine the music sliding down the ear canal into the brain. The sounds releasing old tiredness, bringing balance to both hemispheres of your good friend, the brain. Let the music float behind the lines of your face, pressing, releasing tensions, tightnesses in the lines of the forehead, between the brows, around your eyes, around your mouth. Music pulsating, moving, swirling, knowing exactly where to go. Let the sound massage that deep jaw muscle. Feeling the jaw muscle release all the charged words, the emotional residue of the day. Sense the whole face beginning to relax, to melt. Feel it. And stay with the feeling. Music now plays upon the chest, the arms, the abdomen, lower back, legs, bottoms of the feet, pulsating, energizing the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. Now, let's take a full, complete breath and a good sigh out and a stretch. And then roll over onto your side, come up to a seated position. There's so many wonderful pieces of music to use as relaxation. Find your own. Send me what you enjoy also, and I'll share with you as the series progresses some of my most favorite relaxation music. Thank you so much. Until the next time, namaste.